There's a skeleton key, lies on the stairs. I should have been a little prepared. Picked up the key, opened the door. Don't have a clue what I am in for. There's a boy on the counter, shot up in pieces to make a sound. He's barely breathing. I'm not a doctor, I can't make him better. All I can do is try to put him together. He's made of staples and broken bones, bruises from tattoos, stories untold. If I had a wish, I'd be making whole. He's barely alive. Call him mine. I'm gonna call him a Frankenstein. Trapped and bleeding from inside. I'm gonna call him mine. The skeleton key still in my pocket. A small part of me wants to close the door and lock it. Wherever we go, we scream at the monster. Wherever we go, the trash is so fast. Bring him down. I'm gonna call him a Frankenstein. Shut up and bleeding from inside. I'm gonna call him mine. One will charge and fall. Bring him. He's made of staples and broken bones, bruises from chapters, stories untold. If I had a wish, it'd be make him whole. He's barely alive, so is his soul. Oh, he's made of staples and broken bones, bruises from chapters, stories untold. If I had a wish, it'd be make him whole. He's barely alive, so is his soul. I'm gonna call him mine. I'm gonna call him a Frankenstein. Shut up and play.
I thought I would get this out of the way beforehand, so this is pre-recorded to just let you know. Slide her up and down if I need to. But it seems already, not even 12 hours after I released my video, Just a Robot got screwed by more than Just a Cinny Bear 03. So, not even out a full day, and we already have a response. I got the gist of it from one of my mutuals on Discord. And I thought I would address that first. I don't know if that's what the bigger channel Uplock really had for me, but we will. So it seems not even. Nope. Did that all wrong, it seems like, with the sort of pre-roll. Guess I'm going to have to take it ahead because of the mistakes I've made. Plus, there's a little bit here that Uplock saved me the trouble. Thank you, guys. Okay, let me get this on screen real quick. Might not be able to see it. I'm not accusing him of gay ops. That was never the claim. Also, Jar himself has referenced the video I'm discussing in question. I frankly find the great lack of research of your video. Because why would you not refer to the fact Leo was sent the first draft of the video in which he was much harsher of Cinny? Why would you not support your thesis more? Did you not think to reach out for comment just to ensure that evidence of Jar's original cut can be found in the video? Georgi's original Cindy Bear video, interview with Cindy Bear, call with Susie. You could also have a review statement made around Himpleton video regarding the strange comments Jar has made that allowed him to remain in this cycle of content. Finally, your conjecture, which I'm actually going to address in this stream, regarding Chud Logic's reaction is fairly accusatorial, whether or not it was performative to play up his reaction. Not there would really matter. Jar's intent was to signal boost his video through uh, through a creator and tried to play damage control with the same creator regarding Jar's defense of Sydney Bear, blah, blah, blah. Again, large gaps in your coverage, and I do not have to fucking cover every little thing in a video that's meant to be a short overview. I went over that Beckett video that was the primary source of this on a stream that I've highlighted, so I think you should have educated yourself. You need to educate yourself before making this video. I may be friends with Beckett, but there's does not mean I agree with him on everything. Yeah, the video is mainly about Beckett. My opinions are basically largely based on research methodology I do not agree with from what I've seen, but I have not actually I can't really follow up block too well most of the time. Following the story from its intersection. And I knew about it before it broke. So listen, I have the mess in the past with not fully reviewing old coverage. It happens, but your characterization seems to come from a weird theory that only you and Jar support and not finding anything new. And I think he should educate himself because this is technically part of a series that started with Queeman, went with from Queeman to Beckett to more focused on Beckett. So my answer, which I never got a response to, you seem to have misunderstood the intent of my video. It's to dispel the first narrative that Beckett uses against Jar and points out the flaws of Freak Retrospective, the Just the Robot files, and given context to the events that occurred. Given how badly you misunderstood the intent of the video puts in doubt your analysis of Jar's intent in question. You don't get to decide what my video should be about. You're sort of right about my Chud logic reading. It could be incorrect. Again, another thing I will go over and explain my details on why I came to that opinion. Do you think playing the beginning of that VOD where Chud says, bro, has been sent to me, dude, I don't know. Gonna get into that later. Care would be a good way to highlight the contradiction that I labeled as performative to play up his reaction. Maybe he did care, but acting like he didn't in the beginning of the VOD, I should have added. Either way, there seems to be a performance in there somewhere. It is also why I had link to Chud Logic's video in the description section, so judge for yourself. Plus the line makes me think. I'm allowed to think still. Word policing, thought policing. This is how I see this. In case you didn't know, that's my opinion or reading of that. You're free to disagree with it, but again, you don't get to control what I focus on in my video. I don't even have to know your intent with this to say what you're doing is a form of narrative control. If you want to critique my video, you should critique it for what it is. And back on, and I will check chat while I throw this back. Not that, what I was doing before. So I wanted to get that out of the way. Share this tab instead and take a seat back by more than just a Cindy Bear 03. So I got sort of a little bit of pushback from one of my mutuals. I don't know if it's what the block. Don't know if it's what happened on that stream. So not even 24 hours have passed since the release of the second pop up in my. Not really something I really consider criticism of good faith, but I understand what he's saying. So let me go through that clip chipped whatever section in full to lay out my thoughts more completely because it really doesn't change with the full context of the section that I took it from. So let me go over a lot more from the stream to expand on my thoughts and explain why I wrote I did and explain why I ended the script and explain why.
Be afraid, Lio. Be afraid.
Yeah,
One
I
day-
fucked that.
Actually,
Edit
fine.
up.
Can
That
we
was quick
sideline a
edit.
second? I want to sideline a second.
Yeah, Leo is in chat. Someone Becca is getting criticism for sweeping for right now. Just an aside, Not really the core of it.
Okay, I'm going to sideline a second.
Forgot I added
don't
that
think
in.
Jar or
Let's
his
see if
fan
there's
base
anything
understands
good
commentary. Okay, and I'm gonna
in chat. I'm
quantify
not
this for you
seeing
guys.
any good critiques, guys. Not seeing any good critiques. What type of commentary, Beckett? And what makes you an expert? We're about to get some lowdown knowledge from the king of commentary, Beckett.
Because what I keep seeing
Yeah.
is a couple of things. Now I am all on board. Spencer Howard has convinced me. Okay, through a couple of comments and super chats, Spencer Howard has convinced me of the Jar vision, which is
Pay attention. A couple of comments and super chats.
keep Jar making content defending himself, or like just keep Jar making content. Like again, I was never against that. You can tell I love Jar content, but I'm now fucking. I've seen the vision of bringing.
Yeah, Beckett, but you would rather him. Yes, this is what I always hear. A rejection of other people's opinions. You just laugh at them. You don't engage. Artistically defend himself from racism claims from years ago because it's funny to you. And of course, all the other crap you threw out there. But let's set that aside.
Jar into the fold, so to speak, potentially as Queen's pet retard. I'm all for this, okay? But I don't think Jar or Jar's fan base understands what they're actually dealing with, because I keep seeing people who are clearly Jar fans and have been for a while taking solace or like hiding in other people's. Not hiding. Hiding's the wrong fucking word. Like entering other people's chats and communities. You know, playing off the whole Jar is based thing. I've seen some harsh comments.
What does that even mean, Beckett? Jar is based, okay?
Comments about myself and my coverage, and I don't think they understand that none of us care. Every time I see one,
and there's the section I clipped. I don't know how the additional context actually makes it better. In fact, I think it makes him seem much worse, especially since the context of this call was Jar didn't know he was being recorded, allegedly. And this is a person Beckett criticized for being a snake and helped run off the commentary community, but he sort of played into it himself. I'm talking about Himpleton there. Bad past me for not clarifying to the complete.
these guys be like, I hate this Beckett guy. I hate him. I hate him and his stupid British voice. I hate how gay he seems. I hate that he does the thing with the VTube.
Is that really the best criticisms you're getting from these people, these Jar fans? Anyone wonders why I put that little section about you highlight the fans and sort of pull this? Yeah, they don't understand. They're stupid. And they're also, let me not say. But based tends to have a certain connotation. It's weird in different areas, though, so I don't know how Beckett's using it.
Because I hate how uncharitable he is with Jar. I hate Beckett, okay?
You are uncharitable with Jar, okay? That's just a simple fact.
I want to level with you guys. I love you. You are my favorite chatters.
The chatters. He's talking to his chat. This is the parasocial relationship that I'm talking about. And when I was vague with streamers, I definitely mean fucking maybe hyperbolic with the gated community thing, but it's becoming more and more true as time goes on.
Anybody who's been watching me for a few years will tell you this. I love you guys, okay? I hate the endless fucking glazing. I'll go to another person's chat and I'll just see Beckett's so funny. Beckett's so based, okay? And I fucking hate that shit. Call me names. Be fucking mean to me. Okay. It's much more fun. It's much more interesting. I hate that shit. But more importantly, I think that goes for an awful lot of commentators. So every time they're doing this, they're not like dissuading us. It makes it more enticing. And I don't think that's what they want. Makes me want to do this more.
What other commentators, Beckett? Just so little to work with. He's just like having a mental breakdown, or maybe this is his imitation of fucking the Junkler, Impleton's alter ego that they named him. Probably screwed it up, but who the fuck cares?
I was looking over some of the coverage, and I was like, I should have made a second jar video. I should have made like 3.
Yep. Should have striked why the iron's hot, Beckett. Milk that boy. Okay. Exactly what I'm talking about.
You guys aren't annoyed enough yet, okay? I'm only seeing it in other people's chats. I never get it in my own fucking comments, okay? Where are the death threats? This has been every single drama in the last like 8 months. This has been my comment. Where are my death threats? Good fuck times. Okay, listen. I think they see a redemption path for Jar. I think they see a redemption arc where he becomes like based, where he gets like adopted into the commentary community. But he actually has the same problem as Doomer Media. For those who
So Beckett's just mind reading these random bands of Jar, it seems like. Good to know. Good to know.
Who remember Doomer Media. So Doomer Media.
I remember Doomer Media. And this is a really funny aside, which I wasn't going to include because it's even worse.
I had the problem that when he was fighting with Queeman and other people, he was like, "You guys don't care about the truth. You don't care about the ethical implications of what's happening. What you care about is drama." And Queeman was like, "Yeah," to his face. He's like, "Yeah, I'm a drama creator. I'm milking you for drama. That's literally my job." And his brain fucking froze. And Jar's the same. Why would
I agree. Both those guys, just the illogical fucking monkey wrench in there just throws people who think rationally and logically out the door. That isn't you, Beckett. That isn't Queeman. Stop pretending your commentary's worth jack shit. Maybe at one point it was. I used to watch Queeman back in the day. I didn't think it was half bad. Same thing with Beckett, but they jump on board and they're going crazy places right now, at least in my opinion. Had a whole video on that, highlighted the difference between the standard commentary community, people like Willie Mack, Nicholas Diorio, and even Turkey Tom at one point in time. Whole video going over it and highlighted how their standards deviates from the more general commentary community. There's some overlap with Augie and the more streamer commentary people, but I guess that's considered a heyday of commentary nowadays, but is that a good standard? Are we even in one now? Entertainment over any really values, it seems.
you make a response video like Jar's? Like, I don't understand it. There's literally no point to it. It makes no sense.
Oh, yes. Just completely dismiss his response video, Beckett. It's not worth anything. Except for he addressed a lot of things. Which maybe I'll come back to, or not.
So the only conclusion I can come to is that Jar has yet to work out like what he's dealing with like everyone else. It was interesting as well.
Yeah. I highlighted that at the end of my video. You guys are just milking him for content. You don't care about anything but keeping the drama going, and you're going to gaslight if that is what it takes.
Like, somebody pointed out to me that he sent this picture of himself and Turkey Tom at VidCon to like a load of people. in the ACC. I think with the implication, at least this is their theory, with like the implication that, yeah, I'm making new friends. I'm cozying up to commentary, and you guys should still be afraid of me because Lio might not be around, or like these people might be being pushed away, but I'm going to be friends with Turkey Tom. Turkey Tom will come for you on my orders. I think that was like the implication that they felt he was trying to project, because let's be clear. Jar can say that.
Someone remind me who gave Beckett's video a positive reception. You can check out the end of my last video covering Jar if you want to find that out. Who has the ear or had the ear of Turkey Tom at one point before, yes, sort of blew it, man. So Beckett's just diving into the ACC and becoming more like them the longer all this shit goes on. And I think that's about enough of this particular video here. Is that enough context to not be considered clip, Jim? And do you understand the commentary? Probably not. I tend to be a little indirect with some of my sort of Indian sort of outro things. Another thing that I actually heard as, I guess, a certain criticism that I best address here. So here we have the Judd logic. Just a robot lied to me, so I leaked all his DMs. Not going to go through it all, but just enough, and I'll cut it up because, again, pre-recorded. Yes, pre-recorded, and I'm jumping over to something else, not pre-recorded. So this is me live, different icons, so people can tell with that particular matter there. About the Turkey Tom bit, yeah, just to be a completionist and put it in here, here's what I had to say there. Completely unrelated to the matter.
By the way, just before you think I'm some sort of conspiracy theorist, I'm not the only one who's noticed this.
Jar to me has always kind of been like a snake in the grass. I think that's the best way to describe him.
Really? Maybe I just haven't been paying attention as much. I always just saw him as like kind of a spurg, a snake in the grass.
And sure, he usually has some sort of evidence to back up that sort of testimonial, but that comes off as weak as I'm Alex, continuously lashing that DM up, acting like that's something new that the audience didn't know about before.
This is Alex's video. He ignores the context and receipts that Alice brings to the table and crafts a story with the fewest DMs possible.
And I could be misjudging it, but it almost seems like Beckett has embraced the art commentary community's standards for how things should operate. He's given a shiny new bow and some general guidelines to work on. But again, I could try to groom a groomer, or in his incidents.
Call out shit to a.
Okay, never mind with that particular matter there. Back on track with this until I can get to the next little bit. You're not going to be happy with this stream, people, if you're thinking it's going to go anywhere your way. Don't worry. I'll take questions and go on a little bit more after this section. Might even pause it.
Show it when it fucking cares. I'm not, dude. I'm just in it.
Here is the section I'm talking about for my reading on Chud logic.
I don't know, dude. I'm just gonna show it when it fucking cares. I'm not, dude. I'm just in it for the content. Hello.
Exactly. I'm just in it for the content. I was muted. Dumb of me. I was saying anyone who wants to argue against this comes off performative. I would like to see the argument in chat for that. You heard that all. Didn't make the mistake of mute? Okay, fine. So he goes through the DMs. Another aside, I much would have rather watched Chud Logic's actual full VOD on this, so I could have gotten the context around this.
Yeah.
Guess it's my fault for waiting 9 months to really get around to this. I didn't know it was going on. I was busy with other things. And other coverage had me revisit this. And there we go. Yes, I was actually sort of fighting with the Gooner Gators and the God Gators over in the Culture War. Smash JT, another SJW, just similar to you guys, but a right wing SJW. Oh, it is private, can't check the context. So we'll go back.
He's admitting that he's crafting a video to defend them specifically. This is
Not implicitly, but mostly team sports. That mindset, ACC, us versus them, definitely something Jar should get out of the mindset of.
I'm not shocked, dude. I'm just in it for the content. Hello, are you ever having a VC? I can't right now. I'm at work. Understood. I'm available for text, but I don't get it for 3 hours.
Let's
I can wait
see
for
this
that.
section.
It's what I have has been edited. Excited to see
Let's see
it.
what this site
I want to
bump
show
is.
you a sneak peek. Why are you offering a sneak peek to the person who is part of this story that is accused of grooming that you're trying to get to the bottom of? But it really needs music, so the old audio works with the new audio. How long is your video going to be, and how is it coming along? I rendered it last night. It's a little under 40 minutes. That sounds like a good length. Would it be all right if I see it? I didn't have time to load it last night. Oh shit. I think my computer's at the end of its lifespan. It's blue screen. My roommate might be able to give you tips on how to fix it. I just fucking looked. Oh my fucking god, dude. There's no way. It's not what you think it is, but it's still really bad, okay? Oh, how long a computer supposed to last? 5 to 10 years?
I get it. I get it. What Judge applied in there. You might be right. Okay, let's get a much longer sort of section of this particular section here.
Oh.
To clear something up, I follow the ideas of liberalism, the social contract. You want to call in? Message me on Discord. You don't make any efforts. You just want, come on my show, come on my show. I've said from the start, I'm going to do this, but my rule is always you want on. Maybe I'll open the phone. Maybe I'll drop the fucking link to the stream and chat, but you got to give me a good reason or fucking ask me at the end of the day. In this case, ask me in DMs. It's not that hard. I know you could have done it before. Stop acting like petulant children and fucking gaslighting. Continuing this way.
Is Cinny Bear making the thumbnail? Am I understanding this correctly? Or maybe something with you about to burn at the stake? Also, are you sure it's a good idea to have me make the thumbnail? Cinny Bear is pointing out the problem with this. Also, are you sure it's a good idea to have me make the thumbnail? It might make bad faith actors assume the worst before even watching a video. I feel like my style is pretty recognizable. I will only be one of the 3 thumbnails that I'll use. I'm sure people will think I just took some stuff from your videos and made it. Don't worry. I'm sure people won't notice this very obvious conflict of interest. Don't worry about it.
Conflict of interest. What he's picking up on, given Jar, is the fact that the point about the bad faith actors assuming the worst before even watching the video.
Okay.
And he definitely doesn't have any concerns about it. Doesn't enter his mind. I'm sure that's what he's fixated on. The audience, just like a lot of these guys, the same sort of fixation on the audience, but in a completely different way, a ACC way. So he's having fun with it, making content.
Sending his red soda. He's sending his red soda, bro. This is unprecedented. This is the first time I've seen something like this. Totally unprecedented scenario. I'm blown away. It'll, maybe not if I draw it myself, but if you're sure, it'll be fine and okay. It'll be my first time drawing Mr. Robot Man. Yay, make me sexy. So many small parts in the design. Is there a reference you have?
Yeah, you can watch this on your own. I'm going to try to reach out to Chud Logic. Think about it. Do I have to go back? Thinking? You should have thought better, me. Allegedly comes up. So take with a grain of salt.
Ah.
Remember with the Beckett video where he talked about the Cine Defense Force doing a lot of stuff in VCs, so it can't be traced back to him. It can't be recorded very easily with a naive guy who Himpleton literally got into all these calls and released them and made fuel for the commentary community to laugh at. Keep that in mind. Maybe Chud is really angry here, but there's an additional thing that makes me think it's a performance besides the laugh, and I'll point it out when it comes up.
I remember liking his stream. I think with his help, along with the recording, you little fucking bitch, you little wretch. Is that what you thought, was it? Is that what you thought? You thought you could piss on my boots and tell me it's raining? Well, tough fucking shit, bro. Unlucky. What fucking planet do you think you're on that you can use my platform like that? You think I wasn't going to fucking notice? You fucking retard. You little autistic freak. Holy fuck, dude, I'm furious. I'm fucking furious, bro. Who does this guy think he is?
Who actually says I'm furious? They curse like a sailor and do a whole bunch of other things, but, signaling.
He thinks he can fucking launder his shitty video past me without noticing and be put out on my channel to my fucking viewers. What a little fucking autistic wretch this guy is. Fuck me, dude.
I'm just so
Fuck me,
fucking
bro.
angry at this. Chud, I am furious at you, Chud. Why? See, it's not that hard. Take a pause.
Unbelievable.
Yes, completely.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, Chud.
I
Why?
recorded this how stupid as fuck.
Chud, why are you jumping to all these crazy conclusions? It's almost like you're a fucking bad faith actor who doesn't have a shred of good faith in your. Okay, I have something with Fouchy, but he's gonna have to wait. Not really adding gilded poo. As I said, don't care about actual trolls here. But gonna get through at least to some of this, and yeah, probably invite Fouchy on to discuss this if you wish after this section here. Fucking soul. Yeah, that was performative for me.
Not against you. I just hope I don't sound stupid. I think I'm a retard. I also don't sound my best. I was sleepy and you were scared. How's the thumbnail coming along? I got most of the line art done. Fuck your design. It's hard to draw. All right, you can look over the video and tell me what
Sleepy time calls.
you think. I still need to add the tags and all the other stuff. Wow, get me out of there. Okay, what is this? Oh, we got the artwork. We got the artwork there. Sorry if it looks garbage, but this is what I have right now. Also, I think the call was a bit too edited. There's this thing I say that led into nothing because the next few things I say got cut. And there's parts where I start talking about a thing and it sounds like a long time. If that can't be done, can there be some sort of acknowledgement when things get cut? I said it's an edited down call. Okay, they're just talking about the call. Struggling with the robot body. Talk about Discord request not going through. Bro, dude, I'm actually furious. I'm furious that people think. I mean, bro, this is hardly the first time it's happened.
I probably should have
sneak this past me.
Cut this. Chud, when has this happened before? Sneaking past him? Some context would be good, Chud.
You think you're going to be able to fucking send this to me and I'm going to watch the video and clap along like a seal? And then you think you're going to get past me? And not only that, you think you're going to get past my audience? I'm afraid to say my audience are a bit fucking sharper than that, okay? They're not just going to
raise up the audience, man.
If I retardedly agreed with it.
What's the fuck up with this fucking brain dead assumption? I'm checking the chat to see if there's some indication here. Who the
Probably
hell
shouldn't have
knows?
wasted my time on this particular
Let me
angle.
look back.
Yeah. Let me not.
He's a fan, easy. In my video, really clever enough to actually want to use Chud logic. Is Chud logic stupid enough to actually think that that's the case? That's a good question there. So I can't check between his video on covering the Sydney Bear drama, which I doubt Jar actually watched in whole, or else I don't know. I'm surprised he would have watched this certain section instead of have someone tell him about it. Like tell him, yeah, Jar, he got our DMs. He found out. Yeah, I also have previous coverage on Chud that inform my views on this particular angle. If you want to know about that, I have streams on that more than I actually have. Trying to see if Tommy C has any merit to it. That was a different stream, but it's all linked together at the end about this stuff. And he thinks blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to make mind reading shit like that.
Cut it out.
But this was a setup.
I
And if
linked
Chud
it.
isn't smart enough to realize, yeah, he got the DMs leaked as soon as he watched the video. He didn't fucking find that strange at all. Maybe he did. Maybe it's in the original VOD. Going back to the beginning, he's like, I don't care. I'm doing this for content. He's doing this for content. He basically says it.
Video and clap along like you see
Yeah,
it.
why?
And then you think you're going to get past me. And not only that, you think you're going to get past my audience.
Yep.
I'm afraid to say my audience are a bit fucking sharper than that. Okay, they're not just going to sit there as I clap along to a video if I retardedly agreed with it, right? They're not going to sit along.
Or maybe he thought you would give good criticism, a fair criticism, like he thinks someone like Leo Convoy is doing. I think he wanted a new daddy, okay? I think he wanted a new person to lean on. Again, all his friends pretty much.
Talking about Jar here, just to be specific. He definitely wanted a new in group to get in with. That much I will admit to.
He's going to this group because he's like, I see Kumo doing these arguments. They sort of parallel mine. What some of my suspicions. Maybe I should join them and try to help them out. Be on the other side. Give the defense. But lean too far into it because these people are clearly manipulative. At least Kumo was manipulative. Fucking Beckett said himself later on. And I'm fine with not realizing this in the moment, but not having any sort of skepticism towards the very coincidental setup here. It just makes me question it all, especially with how this is just content for Jar.
Go, oh yeah, Chud's right about this.
Sorry.
Content for
Since
Chud.
this is just content
For Chud.
to Chud Logic here. Said it
Hey.
himself. It seems to be standard attitude he
CCC,
has.
mistakes.
So why get so angry if it's just content for content's sake? Can't prove it, but Chud is not being fair with these interpretations here of these DMs and not being skeptical enough of why they just all of a sudden ended up in his lap.
Entire chat would be ripping me to pieces if I had the wrong take on your video. Even if I
What's
retarded
the
did
wrong
something
take
here.
on the video?
Fuck me, dude. I retardedly did something here. Fuck me, dude. Fuck me.
Yeah, playing it in full.
Okay, I thought it was funny. You still up? What's up? Can I call?
It's
I'm
a
in a
good.
bit, I'm closing.
Definitely
I'm gonna
got
pass
some
out now, shit
moments
my back.
there.
How much longer? Another call. Exposed videos everywhere. And then Kumo leaked. Kumo leaked the video. Video's now live. Did you show Kumo or anyone the video after I told you not to?
Let's see what Chud Logic's interpretation of the leak of Kumo is.
Do. I think Goblin did. I'm pissed off and I'll find out who did it. Dude, what the fuck? Wait, didn't I get a chance to give you the timestamp? Did you remove what I asked? Please tell me you did. Kumo didn't take it out, but I found it myself. Fuck that guy for what he did. Good news. The video is going over well. They're being removed. YouTube editor takes time. I don't know what Kumo was thinking. I'm freaking out a bit. I know. I'm hoping it'll be done in a few hours. Video is going over well, but I'm shocked he would try and backstab us like this. Haha, I'm scared. I'm as well. Fuck Kumo for doing this. Chud Logic said he'll make a reaction to my video about you tomorrow. He would have reacted to it in the day, but it was out, but Kume just had to be a piece of shit. What? I mean, yay for Chud Logic. I'll try and catch the stream. Oh, boy.
Listen, I am so beyond pissed off at
Bro, this is total false hope as well, because by this point, I'd long been condemning of Cinebear, and I said that I think the actions could reasonably constitute grooming.
Where's the anger now? Back to logical, analytical. Okay. And Jar probably didn't pay attention to your coverage. Probably was getting it from other people in the group. Or he got just spoon-fed segments. So ironic, because that's what I think in the Tommy C thing, what Judd Logic did. Very ironic. This particular comment seems worth addressing. So you don't like Chud for making content on Jar? No. It's not about like or disliking. Tommy C had a criticism of Chud Logic. I didn't see it. I looked at what he said, considered what Tommy C had to say about Chud, and I could agree with it, even if I thought his details were a bit off. At the end of the day, whole point of making content, yes, but there's different ways to make content, and you don't have to like the standards of someone's content. No one has to like my fucking content at the end of the day. I'm not going to force anyone to watch it. Clearly, either he wasn't understanding Chud correctly, or he was getting told what the coverage from someone else in the group.
So you're giving like this false hope that I'm going to watch it and be like, yeah, when I've already said my piece about it, having reviewed the DMs.
Kumo for what he did. I'm also
Yeah,
pissed
I probably didn't watch it.
off at whoever leaked him my video. I was very specific. People would be listening to what I'm saying if someone didn't. Honestly, I'm just shocked that
He didn't tell me what he wanted, so I ignored
was like I was going to. I had Chud Logic ready to go over to video on Sunday. I had all this shit lined up. I just need to show people. That
Oh, did you know? Oh, did you know? Did you know? Did you? You had it all lined up, did you? Fucking little rat. Trying to fucking put on this image that he's this fucking connected. Let me tell you what happened, right? He messaged me. He didn't tell me what he wanted, so I ignored him. Okay? He then said that he's doing a video about Cinebear, and I said, yeah, sure, I'll take a look at it when it's out, right? And then he messaged me all this shit about this drama, about like, oh, it's leaked and I don't know what's going on. And I said, okay, I'll take a look at it tomorrow. Right? That's what happened. He's acting like there was some connection here, like he fucking, pulled off a fucking blinder or something.
That's a weird reading to me.
Bro,
Pass
what are
me.
you on about?
Why
You're
aren't
fucking
you bringing
deranged.
that
You're
up?
delusional. I had a passing
Yes,
interest in your
this
video.
is delusional.
I was done with the Cinebear
Is it
drama.
real? Is that
And you're
really
acting like
what
you're pulling
Jar
some strings
thought?
to get me to watch it? Clearly thinking that you can fucking
Damn
get
me,
this passed
pass
under my
me.
fucking notice of how shit this is. Fuck me, dude.
Where's the implication there? Yes, he thought you would give good feedback to the video and where it went wrong. But to say you would just blindly just listen and believe the video seems absurd to me. I just don't know why he's jumping to these particular conclusions. They aren't logical. And the fact he's not treating any of this stuff with, just consider me a Vulcan, people. That's illogical. Any amount of skepticism is a little absurd to me. Okay.
And that Jack was running away from it, and I had everything lined up. And Kumo,
close enough.
the dipshit he is, decides to pull this shit. Over what? Like seriously, over what?
I
am actually
might as well just get this over with.
incredibly pissed off.
Link.
I'll keep working on my videos and all that. I'm working on it now, but yeah, he really tipped me off. And
click the link.
I don't think I'm gonna trust him ever again.
Mrs. Jack, I don't think so. Okay. It looks like I get 100 dislikes before I get 1k likes. At least I have more likes than dislikes. You're doing better than me. Yes, it's 20% dislikes, but it's hard fighting so many people off almost all by myself. I'm sorry. It's okay. I knew I'd get some backlash, but it was more than I thought due to Kumo. My video has 100 dislikes, but 500 likes. Scary. My point is that most people seem to like the video, but few are not going to have them.
Sent the leak out to Fouchy, by the way. The link is off to Fouchy. So he can join if he wants or not. Up to him.
So he can come on if he wants. Gonna go over a little bit of my old thing and then wrapping up if no one wants to come on. Okay. Fouchy has the link to the stream. I wanted to sort of, why the hell should I really even care? Did I not have this within this? We'll go over a little bit of, yeah. Westside Tyler, another person who fought with Beckett. But once they were allies, let's just start. This was a clip from my video. So let's share this tab instead and go this way. I'm going off of memory here. This is the part I roughly had in my second video.
Oh, rewatching. Wait.
Okay, we have a Fouchy.
Hello. Hold up. Because I actually, okay, so I want to make sure they can hear you on my side as well.
Okay. Yep. Double check.
Yeah. I'm just going to do that because for some reason, how do I lower your I've never used this application before, so you'll have to give me a moment while I figure out how to lower your volume per se on my end.
Yeah, started out with this. A lot of my former people that I knew used this app, so that's why I went this way.
Very cool. Yeah, no problem. I'm trying to see if there's a way to lower you on my end because you are particularly loud on my end. I'm trying to see if there's a way.
Okay.
I am what the kids at home would call tech illiterate. It's one of those very special.
I've watched a few of your streams before.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Let me see if I can just, you know what? I'll just lower the web browser audio for right now, I guess. Give me a second. You can start speaking. I'm just going to lower it.
I'm just going to put this on for now until I can really get what you are. I mean, there is a certain level of narrative control going on that I'm seeing. Do you think there's any merit to that?
So the question would be, so my issue with that is, what do you mean by narrative control? Because when we're talking about narrative control, you're acting as if what the narrative other people are speaking about. So Beckett specifically, or anyone else who has covered JAR in the past, that is a loaded term that interestingly is supposed to cast dispersions against their narrative. So my question to you is, do you think that these people are lying about their experiences with JAR?
I think they're framing it in such a way that they're just collecting a file full of things they can use at JAR at the right moment. That seems to be in line with the ACC. Wait for the right moment. And I won't say JAR doesn't do similar things. Okay. That's not one of my arguments. Okay. I think I think he has that same habit. I do. I really think that's the culture of the ACC in general. Try to wait until they can use something.
But is that not the culture of multiple drama channels? Specifically, you can look for instance, do you know much about the Brad Taste drama a little bit?
No, I do not know anything about
you
that.
know who
I don't
Rose
know why
Millay is?
that's relevant. How's the narrative?
Because
sort of
you're
similar?
saying that this is exclusively to the ACC, and I'm providing you an example of someone who would be considered in commentary who does something similar. And Rose is crazy. Do not make don't get it twisted. But I am providing you an example of someone who does it in a different space. I'm not disagreeing with you that this is something that was pervasive in the ACC. I'm not an ACC creator. I would like to consider myself a tourist. I have spoken with different creators who have looked into the ACC. But one of the things is that
I've looked into the ACC myself a while back ago. So
yeah, and that's fine. But this is not something that necessarily exclusive to the ACC. To your credit, you made a Twitch poll video. We could say, for instance, that is commonplace in the Twitch poll community as well, because you can look at Demon Mama and specifically with Xanderhall. When all the Xanderhall stuff came out, Demon Mama was ready to burn him. Are they ACC?
No, and exactly the old commentary with Zaptai seemed to have done the same thing. I'm Alex. I covered that myself.
Yeah. So when you say something, but you were saying that this is something the ACC does, that's an incorrect statement, right?
No, it's not incorrect. It's just not exclusive to the ACC.
Okay, but
this
you,
is
but
prevalent
your
in
your
different
argument,
forms.
your argument is that this is the ACC when this is multiple parts of commentary. So, because when you create a narrative that says that there's narrative control regarding JAR,
Yes,
the question
within
that
this particular instance, okay.
but
I'm
it's
just
not
labeling what
but
it
it's
is.
not but it's not exclusive to this space.
I'm
is
not
what I'm
saying
saying.
it's exclusive to this.
You are making the illusion that it is when you're not including other
I
spaces.
know
and then
I'm not. You're making that leap in logic.
It's not a leap in logic.
In a lot.
It's not a
this
leap in
is
logic when you
happening
make
a lot.
Okay,
A
so then
lot
why
of
don't
this
you
is
say that?
happening.
Why don't you say that though in
Why
your
do I have
video
to
just
include
now?
other spaces? Why
Because you're
do I
making
need to make
because when
extra
you are
ones?
doing this in your response video, you're saying that Beckett is becoming more like the ACC every day, and if something like this is pervasive in multiple spaces of commentary, then Beckett is just becoming more commentary every day. Again,
a certain segment of commentary is pulling away from it, and some are pulling with this.
Sure. I would agree.
Focus.
I sure would agree. I'm not particularly. I don't like. Listen, I've engaged in a gay op. I could fully agree to that. It's on my channel. But again, to say that it is exclusively of the ACC or Beckett specifically is of the ACC variety. Listen, I have my own problems with Beckett. Being friends with him, I still have my problems with him.
Okay.
But I would say that you are painting a brush that is of a different color, if that makes any sense to you.
It's still not. I'm saying it's not exclusive just to the ACC. It's
But your
problem.
allusion to the fact is that it's
allusion
it's a specific,
to it. Okay, in this particular one, I narrow down the focus. It happens within sort of the Queeman sort of sector of the group also, and I think it's more pervasive on that side.
But it's not also just there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just there. Would you say Diorio is Queeman?
Nope.
So when Diorio has the pixie leaks and he knows of the erudite stuff, would you then say that that's not just Queeman? Listen, I don't have a lot of love for Queeman personally. I'm not a fan of Queeman. I don't particularly know the guy that well. But again, it's very interesting that
that's where the point of my criticism is coming from. In fact, it started from the Himpleton server. I have a playlist of all these videos. They have common themes to it. Starting with the sort of issues with Himpleton and his server.
And you were a former moderator of Himpleton's, if I remember correctly, or I heard through the grapevine.
Yeah. Someone talked me into joining the mod staff. I didn't do much mod stuff though. I'm like, okay, I'll take the status, but I'm probably not going to do much. I was sort of out. I got somewhat into the Plague Mall stuff after the Mama Max stuff, but that's what I was mostly there for. Mama Max sort of coverage. How I met a lot of those people that I know in commentary is through the Himpleton Discord.
Okay, so where I guess the question is, because not a lot of people maybe know who you are. I only knew that tangentially.
Yes, I tried
because you and I have a common friend. You and I have a common friend, British Runner. So, who I actually, just to make you aware, haven't even talked to him about this. You made that assertion in like your little read through of the comment that I made, which you don't really address correctly, but we'll get there.
That's fair enough.
I haven't even had a talk with him. I didn't even know that you guys were friends. So what then contributed to your falling out with Himpleton? Was it the jar stuff?
No, the Himpleton stuff is just because of the X-Mod situation that I looked into. There was a lot of issues, and most of it is in the small commentary playlist, the start of it.
I understand that, but could you explain that to a wider audience, because you are getting a lot more coverage now? Just listen. I'm just trying to give you the fairest shake humanly possible.
Sorry, it's a little hard on the spot to recap those things. I would have to go back over those old videos in detail to give a comprehensive sort of coverage of this. But I'm saying this has not started from just Beckett to Jar. Okay. This is not about Jar. This started off a while ago and looking at different communities that are sort of interconnected.
Yes. So then so one of the questions would be, why would you pick Jar specifically? What do you think makes Jar unique in this?
The Kumo thing. I admit Beckett will admit that Kumo was doing a whole bunch of gay ops.
Yeah.
I don't see why it's so unrealistic to feel like Jar, the perfect guy to gay op, was gay opt into all this shit.
So but then again, I'm going to ask you this. Do you think the women, because I'm going to focus on this. Do you think the women who had experiences with Jar as well as had DMs are lying?
I'm thinking they're framing their sort of experience through a certain filter that I do not agree with. They re-examine it through the past.
So
and
again,
try to get the discussion there.
So I'm going to ask the question, and I would like you to give me a better answer. Yes or no? Do you think the women who had instances with Jar are lying? Yes or no?
I don't think it's a clear-cut answer.
Yes or no? I'm asking you a yes or no question at this point.
I can't answer that.
So you think they're lying. So you do think they're lying. So let's be frank. You think they're lying.
Yes. I would lean more towards the lying side of things. Okay.
So you believe all of the evidence regarding
Ponder
you
Sprocket
believe
is
him,
a proven liar. Okay.
I'm not.
That was one of the people he brought on at the very end of his video. Freak.
Okay.
There's a lot of
but there are multiple other people. There's Thuman, there's Mally. There are other people that have instances of DMs where Jar is asking to go to their room. So you think all of those people are lying, correct? And you think all of these people magically outside of each other are lying together.
They've done it before in the ACC. I think there's separate people with hidden motives coming together. Yeah. I think it's mainly Kumo in this particular case here. And I think the
Do you think Kumo is running this behind the scenes? I'm sorry. Do you actually
I have no clue. My claim is just Kumo gay opt Jar. Do you accept that?
Yeah, it's yes, but that's not the question I'm asking. Please come back to the point. That's not what I'm asking. Because that's also not technically what your video is about. Because here's the problem, right? Your video is not only incomplete, it's erroneous because you let him talk the way he talks, right?
How's that erroneous? Am I supposed to police his language?
So here's why it's erroneous.
Police his language.
No, I'm not talking about policing his language. It's talking about challenging certain assertions that he made, right? And I'm not talking about the Coyote Lovely stuff. I'm not talking about other things like that.
Yeah, and that's mainly what I'm talking about in my video.
Is that the only conversation that you guys had? Then why don't you bring up the... I'm sorry, why don't you bring up the fact that he made 2 versions of the video? Because that actually matters for the Kumo stuff. Did you know that he made 2 versions of the video?
Kumo stuff? Yes.
Do you know that he made 2 versions of the video? Then why didn't you include it?
I don't have to include it in my video.
Then your video by nature is incomplete.
Okay.
Because the reason he stopped making the video is because he heard the Kumo debates, which were asked, by the way. Jar's a fucking moron for ever thinking that, because Kumo's on record.
I will agree with that.
But the problem is that you are leaving out an important part of the timeline, right? You are leaving an important part of the timeline. That is that Jar made a...
No, I am focusing on certain elements, and that is all. In my critique of the
him making that video actually fits into the narrative of Beckett's complaints. Because one of Beckett's complaints in the video is that Jar always shows up at the end of dramas to think that he is the king of the castle, when that's not actually what happened in this scenario.
That's a reading. That's his
It's
reading
not
of
a
that.
reading if that's what he
Yes, it
did.
is.
It's not a reading if he actually made a video that includes reading the document itself, then gets cold feet when someone he doesn't like is pushing back on it, because not a lot of people were covering Cinnabar at the time because it was open and shut because she made a response.
And her
Your
response
video
couldn't have been coerced at all. Okay, I definitely agree that it probably was not coerced to the degree that freaking Jar asserts it to be, and that she's definitely.
But then why is none of that
red
included in your
flags.
video then?
Because I don't have to cover everything in my video. Why can't you get that? I am focused on a certain segment.
Because your video is incomplete because there's easy ways to refute your statements, but you don't like that though. You actually don't enjoy
easy
that.
refutes.
Do you not like that?
Don't know
Do you not
me.
like that? Do you not
No,
like?
I am focusing on one particular, well, a couple of different elements.
You focus
in
on
my
a couple of
video.
different elements, right? You focus
Yes.
on you kind of a little bit conceded on the Chud logic part. Again, I
Yes,
don't
that's
think
my reading. That's
Yeah.
my personal reading. I will re-clarify that. That's my personal reading of it. And you can say I have a negative bias towards Chud. I used to be a fan of him, and I just sort of drifted away from his fan base because I noticed something changing with his content, and I didn't realize what it was until Tommy C did his little thing, and I saw it wasn't even Tommy C's coverage of Chud, what he pointed out. I'm like, Tommy C could have a point. Wasn't until Chud Logic responded so over the top, even more erroneous. Go in with talking points that seem to have come from Queeman, but I can't guarantee that.
So do you think that his reaction reviewing the fact that Jar wanted to shop the video specifically to Chud, and that was his intention, where it was a pedophile defense video, is a read-in from Queeman?
Did Jar think she was a pedophile at the time?
He did actually. That's what's in the first video. He did actually. That's the problem. That's the problem with your coverage. Though. That's the problem with your coverage. He believed that she was a pedophile, but he had no evidence. He was not presented with new evidence. The only evidence that was there was her testimony. Yes. Her testimony. And it doesn't
on
change
duty
anything.
Ethics, you can get Jar. Okay, you can definitely say he didn't do his due diligence from a.
But that's not presented in your video because that is part of the critique. That is part of the critique in Beckett's video.
Okay,
and that's what you're
the
not
duty
understanding.
ethics, but Beckett does not accept ethics. Okay, he does not live by the ethics. Okay,
He cannot live by his own ethics. That's fine. I don't give a shit about his ethics. That's not what I'm talking about. The problem is that he actually knew. And this was after his video had been released, right? The discovery of that second video, that first draft, was after Beckett's video, and it was.
And did Jar hide that? Did Jar try to hide that?
Yes.
No.
He absolutely.
He gave it to Leo.
He hid it from everybody else in all of his responses. You're absolutely incorrect, Vince.
No, he said it in his response. He said he had a video much harder against Cindy Bear.
He hid it in previous responses. Here's my question to you. When was the Lio video came out, and when did the Jar response video came out? Can you tell me when that was?
Can you tell me when Jar
did his
interview with Beckett?
Can you tell me?
No, not off the top of my head.
So if it's in Jar's response video that he discusses the first draft of the video, right?
Okay.
And if let's say Lio, because you keep calling him Lio, I don't
Lio, who the fuck
I personally don't give a shit either.
He's not a big part of it.
I don't give a shit either. I actually agree with your assertion that I do feel like this was I think that he was a good source of information, but I do think that it was an attempt. Even if I'm like on speaking terms with Lio, I do think this was an attempt to like gain back good graces and show that he was coming out from the ACC.
Okay.
But again, my question to you is that if you don't have that timeline, Jar's response regarding the fact that he made 2 videos, one of which that was much harsher. Because because if you know, one of the things that he peddled was, I'm dyslexic and I can't read this.
Yes.
And in the video, he actually reads from the documents.
Does he get to the particular part where was human?
Yes. You didn't watch it.
Did he understand it correctly?
Yes. You didn't watch it. Just admit it. You didn't watch it.
I did watch it. I just must have missed that.
He he discusses the first grooming attempt with the rape comic. He then returns.
Okay, I remember him talking about that, and
then he returns to it again because it's a part of NO
15-year-old and 17-year-old. I definitely remember that part.
But then he goes back over it. He goes back over it because it's a returning feature. It's a returning feature in the conversation.
The 15 to 17-year-old one
that
she claims
the rape comic.
Okay, the rape comic. Okay,
It's what I'm trying to explain to you is
so
that
you're saying I needed to include that in my particular video when I
Yes.
was focused on the narrative about the Coyote Lovely instance. Okay, I'm not presuming guilt or innocence on Jar within that
no, you
sort of
presumed
thing.
that there was like a ball of people that were looking to take down Jar, and
There was
you
definitely no. There was a certain amount of people. There were people. You even admit it. Kumo set him up, and even Lyle probably. Okay.
Okay, so what I admitted to
So
Kumo,
at least two
so what I
people.
admit about Kumo is not necessarily just a setup. Kumo got the video from Romantic Goblin, from what I understand. Cine
Yes.
or Jar gave it to Goblin and then gave it to Kumo. Why Jar gave it to Goblin, God only knows, right?
I think he actually gave it to Cine, and Cine gave it to Goblin.
It's either
If I
one or the other.
remember
I thought he said
correctly,
that he
yeah.
gave it to Romantic
The-
Goblin, but it
details.
wasn't. It wasn't Cine giving it to Goblin to give it to Kumo, right? Because
Correct.
even Kumo says, "I didn't want you in contact with Jar."
Yep.
She contacts Jar outside of everything. Jar doesn't know about the Cine defense group, so
No.
it's not a gay op in that sense. It's
Mhm.
in the sense of, well, of course, if Cine gives it the Romantic Goblin and nobody likes Jar from over there, yeah, they're going to publish it.
Mhm.
But claiming that it's a cabal that is
I'm
trying to
not.
get Jar.
I take each person in general with it, and the particular thing with that, the ACC more aligned people like Cheery, however you say her name, the woke ass bitch. She calls herself that in the section of the video.
Okay.
Okay, that's a separate sort of group, and that's more aligned with Harley TBS, something I didn't even
Uh-huh.
attempt to address.
Okay. So you're talking about Chuli.
Truly, okay.
Sherry
Truly.
is a different person, right? Again.
Yeah, truly sounds about right.
So here's the other thing. I believe you included Thuman in the video and other individuals, right?
I hinted at that. Yes.
Yes. So again, you don't believe any of these women. You've stated that you don't believe any of them because you
I
haven't.
believe they're filtering it through woke ass lens.
Why are you
Okay.
focused on the woke ass thing? I'm curious.
Because it's interesting. They say it themselves. Truly. In
So
the video.
let me ask you a question. Can anti-woke people not be sexually harassed?
Yeah. Anyone can be sexually harassed.
So why does it matter if it's woke?
It doesn't, but it's definitely gonna
So you're lying.
unalign.
So
Against,
you're lying. So
no,
so,
it's gonna
so you're
woke
lying.
people are going to
So
be against woke anti-woke people.
but it's not
okay?
about a woke versus anti-woke thing because
Yeah,
then why
it's a
would
difference in values.
So are you calling
there
Beckett
is a
woke?
difference in values?
Are you calling Beckett
I don't
woke?
I don't know what Beckett is. Okay.
He's not.
Don't
Neither
attempt
am
to
I.
ask.
You also
Okay.
said that I'm not woke. I'm
I have no
soy, but
clue.
not necessarily not woke. But
You're
again-
definitely soy. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Truly
fine.
is the woke ass bitch by self-admission.
Okay, but then my question to you then is that why does that matter? Because you by your own words
Yes,
said that an
it's
anti-woke
going to-
person. You just said an anti-woke
And
person
a certain
can also
video,
be sexually
Beckett
harassed.
says Jar was the token right wing member of the ACC. Okay, there was
Which
a
he
stream where
was.
he said that. Yes,
Which he was.
He was. It's going to make him definitely a target for most of the people of the ACC. I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did without getting major pushback. He's very careful, very paranoid.
Yes.
We both can probably agree on that, right?
Yeah, we could agree
Because
that
of
Jar
his
is incredibly paranoid.
particular-
He abuses substances that probably makes him more paranoid.
Yeah, probably. At least marijuana is known.
Adderall,
Definitely
cocaine.
Adderall.
Adderall. Well,
cocaine.
He
I'm
admitted
sure
to
he did.
he admitted to using cocaine earlier. I have already tracked most likely where he got
Yeah,
it from.
I think he mentioned that to me also. But
Yeah, he
Okay.
abuses his Adderall. That's why he requires the sleepy time calls because he will use it in inopportune and unrecommended times. I know how the
Yeah,
medication
probably.
works.
Yeah, so do I.
But
Yeah, it's
again,
definitely-
why does the woke matter if that is not the context of the conversation? Because it sounds like you're grasping for a narrative that's not there. It sounds like you want narrative control.
No, I'm deconstructing a false narrative. Okay, that's
You're
all.
deconstructing what false narrative?
Uh,
That Jar doesn't have this history?
No, that Jar is not like Coyote Ugly in my particular video. I thought I made that clear. My critique of that sort of video can be found on my channel in a stream. I did a whole video critiquing just that video on its own before I made this video.
I thought your video was in critique of Beckett's video. Now it's in critique of Coyote Lovely, calling him Coyote Lovely in one offhanded stream.
That was the first narrative that
I thought your video was
totally
based
false.
on just that video. I'm sorry. Are you changing the story now?
No, I said 3 things in my comments.
But you just
Okay.
said that your video is specifically fighting against the Coyote Lovely narrative. But I thought you just said what you were trying to critique.
What did I say in
with
my
Beckett's
comment?
video.
Can you go back and read my comment
No,
where I
no, no,
flesh
no,
it out?
no.
Don't, no.
No,
This
but
is my
I heard you
stance.
read out your
Don't get
comment.
me in the worst. Do not try to use
Are you struggling?
what I say in this.
Are you struggling?
No. Oh,
Why are you struggling?
I'm not struggling. You're trying to reframe it.
I'm not
already
reframing it.
stated
I'm
the-
using your
yes,
words. I'm using
yes, my
your words.
Okay.
Come on, continue. So, is this video about Beckett's video, or is it about the Coyote Lovely narrative? Yes or no, or not even yes or no? Can you just clarify that?
I have a statement to
So
a
you
comment you didn't respond.
You just said
There's
because
3
I
things.
have a life. I'm not gonna respond to every comment.
Okay.
It was just funnier that you actually commented and you skipped absolutely everything I said, but it's okay. Again, so is this
Because we have different values, we focus on different things.
what values do you think I have?
I have no clue, but
So why do we have different? How do you know we have different values?
Because we fundamentally do, obviously.
What
Okay?
values do you think I have?
I don't know what values you have, but they're clearly not in line with my values. Which
What are your
does
values?
not
Let's-
rely on
What are
these
your values?
insane mind reading things by going over this.
What values do you think I have? Let's start there.
No, I am not going to.
What values do you
mind
have?
read
Let's see
for
if they're
you.
Let's see if they're aligned.
It is the social contract. You agree, you make a social contract with particular people and you fall into agreement with them on a shared level. When someone breaks that agreement, you break the social contract.
Interesting. I don't agree to that.
See?
No.
I figured as much.
No, let me explain to you what my values are because if you have followed me a little bit long enough, you would see that I always try to keep the peace because the way that I try to do it is I try to befriend people of different backgrounds and of different contents and even people that don't like each other. And unfortunately, that has burned me way too many times in the year that I've been streaming.
It typically does.
Yeah, but I still try to do it because I still see the good in people, right? I still think that that's important. It's not a.
Well, you're
it's not
more
a,
of a
quote-unquote, woke
optimist
thing.
than me, then. Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine. But again, why does the value of that or any value matter regarding Jar? Because by that transitive property, I should be more fair to Jar.
Then why aren't you?
Because there's evidence that proves otherwise.
That he's a liar. You have evidence that he's a liar.
Yes.
That's your evidence is the fact in that call you think that claims makes him a liar.
No, it's the totality of his interactions on the internet regarding the Cinnabear drama.
Okay. So it's death by a million paper cuts is what you're saying.
No, it's his contradictions and continued statements on it, right? As well as the fact that, yes, he has sexually harassed women. It's just a fact, which is, it is what it is. But if you're saying that they're all lying, people who are not connected to one another, I don't know what to tell you.
Was it
There
clear
are people
was
that
it
were-
clear to Jar that he was sexually harassing that woman at the time? Okay, do you
Why would
think
that matter?
Jar? Do
Why
you
would that
think
matter?
Jar thought he was sexually harassing that woman at the time?
Who cares?
I care. Okay.
Why does that matter? Why does that actually
what
matter?
Jar? Because why does it matter if Jar knew what he would be considered sexual harassment to the person he was talking about? This seems a little bit crazy.
So what you're saying is that Jar is Jar under a conservatorship of some kind? I don't know. Like, are you saying that he's too autistic to understand what boundaries are?
No, he has a different set of values at the end of the day of what would constitute as sexual harassment, what would count as racism.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. I'm sorry. So there are values set to sexual harassment. Interesting. What are the value sets that you have against for sexual harassment? What do you consider sexual harassment?
This isn't about what I consider sexual
No,
harassment.
it is. What do you consider sexual harassment? You made the video. What do you consider sexual harassment?
Okay, if they would have said no, 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 okay, and explicit, like, don't talk to me that way. That would have been a direct, like, dude, don't talk to me that way, is how she could have shut that down.
So do you
Really
think
quickly.
do you think the multiple times that no, we're not leaving this. Do you think the multiple times that when Mally says, "Hey, I don't want to hang out with you. Hey, I don't want to hang out with you. Why are you talking about me behind my back?" You think those aren't no's?
They aren't being direct enough for someone like Jar to pick up.
Oh,
on
so
them.
they have to be direct enough to be. They have to be as direct as you to be sexually harassed, right?
Nope.
So when they say, "Hey, you're harassing me," continually and constantly, even when there's a separate. Do you know about the Mally call?
Yes, I know about the Mally call.
Do you think that he's harassing her then when he threatens to use his audience against her?
Why are we bringing up all these outside
Why are you
things?
so silent? Come on. Put it together. It's a picture.
Am I on mute? No.
No.
I
Put
do not
put the
accept
picture
it.
together.
I do not accept your conditions, okay?
What, you don't
You
accept my
cannot
conditions?
force-
What do you mean?
Yes, your assertions. I'm not going to play this game. I
Yeah.
mean, if you want to keep going down this path, go ahead. You can make all the arguments of Jar. I told you my focus. This has been my focus this whole time. And the
So
fact
what you're
that I
so
have
what you're
to
saying is
consider
that you
what
would leave,
you
you would purposely leave
what you're saying
information
is
out.
I have to value
So you don't
what you
so you don't value
within
so,
this case.
okay, so
Okay,
what you
I'm
value
focused on the
I see.
on
I
the
see.
narrative of Beckett with the sort of critique of the actual video of Freak that Beckett
So
put
you don't,
together.
what you don't value is the truth. Because
That's not the truth. That's the
so
personal
you, so you know
truth
you
of
lied
these
in the video,
people.
right? So you know he was lying in the video, and you know that you don't care that you lie, right? Right?
No, I don't know anyone's lying. As far as I'm concerned,
I thought you said the
you're
women were
to me
lying. I thought you
now.
said that you thought the women were lying.
You were pressing me on that. I would sort of stray that way, but I did not say
So,
for sure I
so
know
you
that
know
they're
that you're
lying.
So you know that you're lying, though, because you don't have proof of it that they're lying.
Yes, but that's a position you pushed on me. I said I didn't want to answer that because
Oh.
I could not judge that completely.
You
I would
published
guess
false
on that side.
information in your video. Okay, that's
no,
fair.
what false information
Why are you?
in my
So
video?
here's my question.
What
Here's
false
my question.
information in my video? What is the false information in my video?
You are believing that there is a concerted effort to create Jar as a lolcow. He was content. Now, again, I would agree with Impleton, but again, what you are asserting is that the women were lying and they're playing it up.
No,
very
that's a
interesting.
direction
Do
that
you
you
know?
pushed
Do you know
on
that
me.
Jar was
You
part of the
keep on
contributing
going
factors
along
of
with
Jaden
that.
Animations for coming out as asexual?
How does that have to do with my video? Why are you adding all these
Well,
other
there's
factors in?
a person who's saying no, I don't want to be sexualized. She said no. Should he have not stopped?
Did he?
I'm sorry. She came out publicly and said it. Are you aware of that?
No. What did she say?
She was coming out as
Publicly against
asexual
Jar.
because she didn't appreciate that people were making NSFW art of her character. She had asked about it. Right? So do you not think that he was not a part of a contributing factor for that because he's part of a community that would create that because he specifically commissioned somebody to make lewd art of her? And I'm not going to go with the pedophile argument because A, Jar is not a pedophile from any knowledge in the universe. We don't know that. And B, he did not know that artist was 17. That artist lied to him. So again, do you not think that a person who has asked people to not create NSFW art of them and then Jar then commissions it after the fact is not a contributing factor, and that is not her saying no?
I don't know. Okay.
So your research is incomplete. Okay, good to know. So,
Okay.
what do you believe a retrospective is? What do you think the object of the video was, and how do you think a retrospective is happening?
Retrospective.
Mhm.
Where are you going with this?
Because I'm asking you, do you know what a retrospective means? Do you understand the point of Beckett's video? Why is it taking so long to answer?
Because
Would
I
you
have something
like me to look
outside
up?
this life.
Would you like me to look up the definition of retrospective for you? I have no problem doing that. Hold up. Let's do that. Retrospective. Let's do that real quick. I can pull it up for you. I'll even do it from where's Webster's? There we go. There's Webster's. Perfect. So
Are you
Webster's.
just going to talk at me this whole time?
I'm asking you a question and you're not answering.
I
And
don't
yet you-
have to answer it.
So you're avoiding the question. So you fundamentally don't understand what a retrospective video is.
Oh God! So you're using the genre defense.
I'm not
within
using a
this,
genre defense. If you
okay?
don't understand, if you fundamentally don't understand a video, how can you critique it properly?
Oh, I see what you're going. You're using my own criticism against you, against me.
No, I'm not. I actually understood what your video was. You just didn't answer any of the criticisms. But again, I'm
The
asking you again.
criticism, you can't accept that I'm focused on certain aspects within that video, within this video,
Mhm.
and sort of explaining the context around that, and not actually making any particular moral judgments about Jar in general, just that this was a gay op that he was set up with, which is something you agreed with. And you don't.
I
you think
specifically
I
it was
have to
specifically with
factor in all
Himpleton.
these other
No. Let it be clarified. With Kumo and Himpleton, yes. With Beckett and the women of the ACC who had instances with him, absolutely not. That's not how that works. Himpleton, of course, gay opt him. What the fuck are we all like? Are we stupid? Yes, but even
Same
Himpleton
thing with
agreed to it.
Kumo. Same thing most
Kumo.
likely with Kumo. Something
Kumo.
that freaking Beckett went along with, helped along with. And
Again,
that's the
in the
essential
beginning
point.
of that live stream, but time moves in a linear fashion. He didn't
Mhm.
know about the Defense League until later.
But in that video, he said
No,
Jar
in the
was
live
trying to gay
stream.
op. No, I'm
Live
talking about
stream.
back to the video. The one that I said I was trying to critique. You can disagree with my critique of it. Okay.
But
You
your
might
critique
think that
is
my
fundamentally incorrect because you're not.
fundamentally incorrect because it's a retrospective. Okay.
No, not
I
because it's a
understand your
retrospective.
argument.
You're just wrong. You're just wrong. Why don't you pull up the timestamp of what you're speaking about and we could discuss it?
Because I don't have to at the end of the day.
Okay, so you can't do it. Okay, interesting. So every time.
Yes, I'm not focused on that particular section.
Do you know what Jar actually said to Mally at VidCon? She's actually in the chat because she is constantly saying, I said no multiple times. So
In the
she fits the
DM.
definition. Yes.
I saw those DMs. Okay.
Okay,
I read them.
So you just said that they weren't saying no hard enough.
That they weren't being direct. Like,
She
dude,
did say
just go
no.
away.
She was being direct.
Go
So are
away.
you saying
She
that she's
said,
lying?
don't do that. Yes, he was
So don't
overly
do that is not a
persistent.
no?
Okay.
Don't do that is not a no?
Yes, it's a no. To
So
the
you're
room
wrong.
thing,
Okay,
and he
so you're
forced
wrong.
it.
Okay. So
Okay.
part of your narrative is incorrect that the women
Mm.
together are gay opping them because they were never direct.
No, I'd never said they were gay opping him. I said specific people gay opt.
No,
Jar.
because when you're highlighting something, when you're highlighting a part of your video, you put Thuman's channel up specifically in relation to the video that she created. You're talking about
Yes,
a
but
cabal
that's
of
to
people.
create
She
the
is another
bias
person who interacted with Jar. So you're
Yes.
saying Thuman is also lying. So what you're saying is everybody is lying, even if they show that they said no. So you need to show them that they said no. So they all have to come to you and say, "Hey, I didn't say this. Hey, I didn't say this." Very
No, I'm
interesting.
saying there's a
a tribal bias against Jar's worldview and not understanding that.
So you think that interesting. So you think that there's a tribal thing because of him being like not woke, anti-woke, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yes.
What's your proof for that?
But he considers himself anti-woke and she considers herself woke.
So that's proof enough for you? Not
that she has a bias against his worldview and his certain set of values? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Then I've seen it the opposite way. Anti-woke considers the woke the wrong way. Okay, they should be destroyed.
So
It's
why did
the tribal mindset?
Okay. But why does that matter regarding the retrospective video and highlighting the fact that there is evidence of Jar harassing women and doing other things in the space?
He thought he was friends with the women. Okay, it was obviously not true. He thought he used to be friends or he could be friends. And he went to VidCon and thinking maybe I can connect with at least one of these people. Was there other people he DM'd during that time? Do you know? You have more insider knowledge, I'm betting.
I'm speaking specifically about the women, please. I know that I believe he says that he attempted to, but that's not the point. And if I have more insider knowledge than you, the person who made the video, who is critiquing the Jar Freak retrospective, and those DMs are in the video, shouldn't you also know that? Again, so let's read it. I can read it if you want me to share my screen. I don't even know how to do it on this thing, so it doesn't really matter. Just the Robot says, want to meet up at 12 at the water fountain. Mally Malware. I'm not at VidCon anymore. Go home and rest, so nah. Enjoy your day. Just the Robot. I meant tomorrow. I also left. Just the Robot. I think it closes at 9 or 10 p.m.
Yeah, and I can just end the stream now. Thank you for coming by.
What?
This is all I have
ending?
here.
You're ending?